time. This is the voice of the Patriot, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Now here, my brother, my sister, we are not neutral. Never claim to be, because we have taken sides, the side of the truth. This is our daily editorial, and my name Blakk Rasta, voice of the Patriot. We have some interesting stories here, and I want to go straight up into them. Now, the very first story is coming from Ghana Web, and it says, watch as police rescue 9 soldiers allegedly attacked by angry Ahafo-Hwidiem youth. A video circulating on social media shows how a police reinforcement team rescued 9 officers of the Ghana Armed Forces at Ahafo-Hwidiem in the Ahafo region of Ghana. Now, in the first footage, armed police officers can be seen mounting a guard to protect the military officers who were under police care at the Hwidiem police station amid a huge and agitated crowd. Now, what did they do wrong? And I read, according to my News GH report, the soldiers had discovered an illegal mining site at Bronikrum around Hwidiem, and they stormed the location and arrested the site owner. They also allegedly confiscated 2 vehicles, mobile phones, and 2 pistols, and set fire to some wooden structures and mining equipment belonging to the owner. So, my brother, my sister, this is the story. Some soldiers were deployed to go out there and help fight the Galamsey menace. Galamsey that is threatening the livelihoods of Ghanaians. They went out there in the line of duty. They went all the way to Bronikrum, and there discovered an illegal mining site. They decided to arrest the owner of the site, set the mining equipment on fire, seize 2 pistols and 2 vehicles. 9 soldier men. The indigenes decided to mob the soldiers. They came around throwing stones at them. The police came to take them away. Long story cut short, the mob continued with their action, went to the police station, broke and vandalized police vehicles. But the police did a yeoman's job by rescuing the soldiers who were armed to the teeth. They could have opened fire on the mob to save their lives. They could have shot and killed people. But they decided to observe restraint. They decided not to kill the very people that they were sent to protect. My brother, my sister, the video shows some of the soldiers even being manhandled. I must doff my hat for these soldier men. They deserve a lot of honor. It's almost the same thing Captain Mahama did. My brother, my sister, he had a pistol on him. He could have opened fire on his assailants, but he decided that no, he would not be seen to be killing the very people he was sent to that area in Obuasi to protect. At the end of the day, he lost his life so painfully. And then the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo elevated him in rank from captain to major. My brother, my sister, we don't have to wait until our gallant men and women, yes, until our gallant men and women are gunned down and buried in shallow graves before we give them honor. My brother, my sister, if the army is left alone, they can just reorganize and go to the area, and no cockroach will leave the place. They can do that. They have been trained to use brute force to protect themselves and the nation. My brother, my sister, if I were the commander of these soldiers, I probably would have given them a different order. You know my position on Galamsey. Galamsey is mass murder. So if a mass murderer is a... Oh, do not mine around water bodies. Do not even mine in water bodies, forest reserved areas and all that. Yet we are told that politicians have the leeway to these areas. One to me told us point blank on TV that the so-called forest reserves were only a trick to keep people away from mining precious minerals, because those places have serious precious minerals. We heard him say that on Paul Adomochiri's show. With people like this and this kind of mentality, and they too are important to their parties to the point that they hold powerful positions in these political parties. Who would ever go to school and study anything? If one to me can be the Ashanti regional chairman of his party and wield so much power, more than a professor in the university, then you wonder what we encourage, dumbness or common sense. It's sad. The guy goes on TV and he cannot utter an iota of sense, common sense. At the end of the day, he's elevated and given big positions. And you wonder what these political parties really want. And these are the people who make all the monies. The professors are all bowing down before them because of the money that they wield, not the common sense that they have. To the people of Whittier, shame on you. Shame on all those people who attacked the military officers. We live in a country where we attack the people who are protecting us on behalf of the people who are killing us. It breaks my heart every now and then when I put my head to the bed and I start thinking about my country, Ghana. What has become of us? Vigilante groups are all over the place. In the north, so-called tax forces. And these are the people terrorizing the people, taking money, we are told, from people who should be arrested and be put away behind bars. Everybody is corrupt. Everybody is corrupt, right from the messenger all the way down up to the boss. And you ask yourself, will things ever change? What is happening to us? The system is not working. Everything has gone haywire. President Mahama came in and said he has a resetting agenda. We have seen a lot of positive things happening. Why not Galamsey? Is it because Galamsey is giving us some gold to use to solidify the economy? But what does it profit a nation to solidify the economy and lose its human resource? The people are dying. Left, right, and center. Cancers all over the place. Galamsey is destroying our flora and fauna. All the money that you so-called get from the economy, you would use all that to plant trees, to desilt all these areas, that are loaded with silt because of your dirty galamsey. Why can't we be sensible to the gallant soldiers who went down there and did what they did? I am not in support of burning equipment. I am in support of getting them, for seizing them for use by the nation. But for whatever they did, arresting the owner of the illegal mining pit, kudos unto you. And for at least observing some decorum by not opening fire on those little rats who call themselves indigenous of the area. Kudos to you. And to the police people who stood firm and rescued the soldiers. This is the first time I'm hearing in the history of this country that police rescued soldiers. Normally it's the soldiers that have the upper hand. But for police to go in there and rescue soldiers, I must say that it looks like there's beginning to be some beautiful symbiosis between our police and soldier. Kudos to you. Now the next story I want to look at is taken from Ghana Web, and it says, Adwosafu honored with African Giant in Leadership and Humanitarian Award. I read. Former Member of Parliament for Domi Kwabenya and former Minister of Gender, Children and Social Protection, Sarah Adwosafu, has been honored with the African Giant in Leadership, Governance, and Humanitarian Award for her outstanding contributions to human development and social welfare in Ghana and beyond. Now the award, presented by Imperial Leo Limited at the 2025 Africa Corporate Connect, held at the British Council in Accra on Friday, October 31, 2025, recognizes individuals and institutions whose work has significantly advanced leadership, governance, and humanitarian efforts across borders. Imperial Leo Limited, are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious, Imperial Leo? You are a joke. Ha! You are awarding Adwosafu for what? Giant African in leadership. Oh, what a shame. No wonder some of you don't get any sponsorship for your so-called WAC awards. Adwosafu. What an insult to the integrity of leadership. What an insult to the integrity of Africa. Please, when you are doing these hogwash awards, take the name of Africa out of this. What is this nonsense? Oh my God. Adwosafu has been awarded, my brother, my sister, African Giant in Leadership. And if you don't understand what it is, listen attentively. African Giant in Leadership, Governance, and Humanitarian Award. That's what she got for her outstanding contributions to human development and social welfare in Ghana and beyond. Oh, what a shame. Adwosafu, who left the same ministry, social welfare, gender, children, and what have you. She left it and ran away all the way to America. My brother, my sister, the president was so embarrassed, they had to sack her. This is the person you are awarding with social welfare, not just social welfare, you are saying outstanding contribution to social welfare. Are you serious? She left the ministry that was in charge of social welfare, women, gender, and children, and went to America. Supposedly, her son was sick or daughter was sick. We saw her dancing on social media at her child's birthday. She abandoned leadership as an MP, a sitting MP. Dome Kwabenya was thrown under the bus. She left for so many months to take care of one child. I don't have a problem. Please dash this photograph away. The more I see that face, the more I get angry. This one too has been given an award. For what? And look at the accolades. African giant in leadership, government, and humanitarian award. You ran and left the people of this nation. Went all the way to America to take care of your child. Please, can you do me the honors of taking the photograph away? Please. You went all the way to America that your child was not well. You knew you were going to be away for long. Who did you put in your place? For so long you will not be in office. Why did you not resign? So that at least the wheels of leadership could roll on with fluidity. No, arrogantly, she went to the United States, abandoned the ministry, abandoned her own constituency. And when we asked her, arrogantly, she told us that her family first. We don't have a problem if you want your family first, but leave us so we can find another person to take care of what you have left, to take care of your family first. She forgot all of a sudden that she swore an oath to serve Ghana and put Ghana first. This is the person you are awarding. Are you serious? What's their name again? So they are called what? Imperial Leo Limi. Or is this one of the awards that people buy? What? You see why I don't have any regard for any of these awards? From Ghana Music Awards all the way down to which awards where people have to vote, pay money before they win awards. The common sense is missing. Why should I pay for an award? Are you serious? Imperial, whatever, Leo. Hajua Safo. Wait. My God have mercy. It's a shame of an award. Please revoke this award if you have any integrity at all. Hi! When elections were coming, Hajua Safo all of a sudden ran back to Ghana and she wanted to be an MP again. Her own constituency hooted at her, chased her out. She came to share popcorn and yogurt to a people because we are dons. Anybody can insult us and come back with yogurt and popcorn and give to us and we'll vote for them. This is the person you are awarding. Are you serious? Or is it a different Hajua Safo? You are not serious. Now the last story I want to look at, and I'm not going to spend too much time on this, is from Hajua Safo to Hajua Safo's baby father, Kennedy, Japon. And I read here. When a pastor tells you to sprinkle salt around your house, he's fake. That's Kennedy, Japon speaking, allegedly, and I read. Now the flag bearer, hopefully, of the new Patriotic Party accused former member of parliament for Asin Central, Kennedy Ejapon, has condemned the actions of fake pastors. Now the flag bearer, hopeful of the new Patriotic Party, accused them of misleading congregants for personal gain and making the work of genuine ministers difficult. Now, speaking at a Sunday service hosted by the Archbishop Charles Ajinasari on Sunday, November 2, he said, you have a lot of your colleagues who are indoctrinating the masses, which does not help the country. Not just the indoctrination, but extortion. They extort from the ordinary church members by putting fear in them. I'll give you an example. 3 days ago, I went to my office around 12 o'clock and I saw salt all over the place. And I asked, what is this? And they said, a pastor came here and told them to sprinkle salt all over the place. If you really believe in God, the moment a pastor tells you to sprinkle salt, it means he's fake. He's not a real pastor. So those fake pastors are making the genuine ones work very difficult. I like Ajin Asari because he was the only archbishop who came out when I took on the fake pastors to tell Ghanaians that I was doing the right thing. Japon further emphasized that both politicians and the clergy must reset the mindset to rebuild Ghana. I like Japon because he speaks his mind. Japon should have just stopped at, there are a lot of fake pastors, and these fake pastors are making the work of the genuine ones difficult. Number 2, those fake pastors are just out there extorting money by putting fear in their congregants. That would have just been okay. But to go ahead and give an example, any pastor who asks you to sprinkle salt, they call it direction, is fake. That is not true. That is not true. That's a lie. I know Japon has its issues with a lot of these pastors, and I do too. But my brother, the Bible categorically talks about a situation where a prophet of God asks for salt to be sprinkled into a certain water body to purify it and also to make it potent. If it was today, I'm sure Japon would have asked for the scientific basis and would have called that prophet a joke, to use a softer word. My brother, my sister, Jesus Christ spat on the ground and used a bit of the sand around it, having wetted it, to put right there on the eyes of somebody who was visually impaired and the eyes open. Oh, I didn't read the Bible well. Is it wrong? My brother, my sister, we have seen instances where prophets of the Bible were asked to use salt to do so many different things. They were not fake. Is it today they will be fake? The fact that a man of God has told you spiritually, you know what? Take this salt, pour it into water and take a bath. But before you do that, this is the reason. Salt naturally stands for purification, like it was said in the Bible. It also stands for fortification and preservation. Some pastors will go ahead to tell you, so many people cannot eat food if there's no salt. That means it gives it a certain kind of seasoning. May my life be unique to the point that many cannot do without me. It's a prayer. I don't see anything wrong with it. My brother, my sister, I think we need to be a little more careful when we go into these religious issues. A malam can give you an egg and tell you go and break the egg in the middle of a crossroad. There's no scientific basis. But the faith of people will make them do that. Will you call the malam fake? A malam can also ask you, go and get this herb and that herb and that herb. Take it onto some crossroad and leave that there. Or get some coins. Get this. We see malams do that. Are they fake? They are only trying to find a short way to a certain spiritual realm. Whether it is demons who are controlling those or not. My brother, my sister, most of it depends on the faith of the man. After all, the hadith, the Quran would always tell you that all actions shall be judged according to the intent that is from the heart. Innamal a'malu binniyat. My brother, my sister, Canada, Japon exposed some pastors. He brought some kind of evidence. We were glad because it brought some kind of decency among some of them. Some of them said, in fact, they were just targeted for nothing. But none went to court. None went to court. If somebody violates you and you think that your rights have been violated, if you don't go to court, then you don't blame them. Go to court. Yes, go to court. Or use the same directions to make him impotent. When he becomes impotent, then you will tell him what you did not believe. That's what has made you so. We all saw how Nogopo threatened Archbishop Ajinasari. At the end of the day, he called their bluff because they didn't approach the issue well. Their PRO was so arrogant. At the end of the day, what happened? Nothing happened. Is he not working? Does he suffer from erectile dysfunction? Has he gone crazy? Has he gone mad? My brother, my sister, spiritual things are so personal. So when you see a man hold a certain kind of something in his hand, and he believes that this gives him some kind of spiritual whatever, by their faith, it might just happen. The power of the mind can never be underestimated. I've read so much about how some people believed that some concoction was able to protect them and make them strong. And those people lived so long, but with modern day science, they checked it out and realized that it was mere tea. But they believed then that the tea was spiritual. They didn't know it was tea. They thought it was some concoction from heaven. Faith is very powerful. I would not call a man of God who says sprinkle salt fake, or pour this oil here and pray about it and call him fake. The one I will call fake is the one who tells me, you see salt, take it out there. There's a bosom around Kamashi area there. When you go around La, there's a this thing there. Put it there, kneel down and ask that God, bosom, for protection. That is the one I'll call fake. Or the one who unnecessarily asks me to bring money. Bring money. Freely you got and freely you must give. That's what I believe in. I will call those ones fake if what they are doing is not biblical. I leave it here.
Should've